Well, welcome to today's edition of today's Muslim Challenge. Today is February the 8th, 2024. And once again, we see a number of Muslims who think that because Jesus fell on his face and prayed, that Jesus prayed like a Muslim. And of course, we have the quote from Matthew 26:39, or the partial quote, Matthew 26:39, uh, that Jesus fell on his face and prayed. However, when we look at the um, entirety of the verse, taking the verse in the context, let's read it together, shall we? And I am reading from the Legacy Standard Version. Don't know what version you're using, but they all say the same thing. And he went a little further, went a little beyond them. That is the disciples. He fell on his face and prayed, saying, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass." And so when Jesus prayed, how did he address God? He didn't address him as Allah. He addressed him as his Father. And you can search the whole of Scriptures, up and down, back and forth, all the Gospels. There's not one time where Jesus did not address God as his Father. So it's amazing that Muslims make this claim, and I will ask the challenge: do you pray like Jesus? Just because you fall down and prostrate, do you pray like Jesus? Do you call Allah your Father? You need to answer the question. And let's look at how Jesus prayed. And Jesus teaches us how to pray. In the Gospel as recorded by Matthew, the Gospel of Jesus Christ as recorded by Matthew, when you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to stand and pray in the synagogues and on the street corners, so that they may be seen by men. But truly, they have the reward in full. Now, I did missionary work in Iran many, many years ago at the time of the Shah, and I saw Muslims praying on the street. I saw the mullahs, assalamu alaikum, on their face, praying on the street, so they would be seen by men. But Jesus has a different way. How do you pray? Do you pray like Jesus? Do Muslims pray like Jesus? But when you pray, go into the inner room, into your private place, into your bedroom, into a small room. Some of the older versions have, go into your closet and pray. And if you can, I have absolutely no problem with going into a closet to pray. Just a place of privacy where you can get alone with God. Shut your door and pray to your Father who is in secret, and your Father who is seeing what is done in secret will reward you. And so our prayers are not to be in front of people all the time. Now, obviously, we do have public prayer. Public prayer is good. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. But our real prayer is to go and pray in secret. And that's something I still need to work on. I need to pray privately in secret. You can pray while you're walking. You can pray in the park. You can pray quietly when you're just sitting by yourself and praying to your Father. Again, my Muslim friend, are you able to address Allah as your Father? To do so is shirk. Let's go on with a little bit of what Matthew has to say. And when you're praying, do not use meaningless words. Do not do repetitious words, the same words all the time, such as we see in Surah 1, Muslims pray that prayer repetitious 17 times a day. So when you pray, what does Jesus say? When you pray, pray this way: Our Father, who art in heaven, and may I continue, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive others who trespass against us. My dear Muslim friends, when Jesus prayed, he always addressed God as his Father. There's, as I said earlier, there is not one verse in all the scriptures where Jesus doesn't address God as his Father. And so I have to ask you, when you pray, do you address Allah as your Father? Do you really pray like Jesus? No, I think not. It's actually quite disturbing and to me, just a lie against God for you to claim that you pray like Jesus. You do not acknowledge him as the Son of God. You do not acknowledge him as the Savior of the world. You do not. You've reinvented and exchanged the Jesus of the gospel, and I said gospel singular, for the Isa of the Quran. They are not the same, and it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to think that you would degenerate Jesus, that you would take him down to this mere level that Jesus was a Muslim. One verse I do want to share with you that I think should put this to rest. Jesus, on a different occasion, said to his disciples, if anyone would come after me and follow me, let him take up his cross and follow me. Are you willing to take up your cross and follow after Jesus? Again, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and may God bless you today.